You've now reached the point in your knitting of your 7-side mitts where you're ready to graft the top section of your mitt together, and therefore closing it and finishing these last stitches. And you'll notice that you have 8 stitches on the palm side and 10 stitches on the back side of your knitting, or the motif side. One thing that you could do is to bring 1 stitch from the back side to the palm side, giving you 9 stitches on each side. It wouldn't be too noticeable, there wouldn't be so much of a twist, but if you're anything like me, then you're probably looking quite carefully at your knitting and you do notice it. So the other option, which is quite nice, is to graft 3 stitches together at the beginning and 3 stitches together at the end, leaving you with a nice even close, nice even finish to Kitchener stitch. And it's really quite simple. So you'll have a length of yarn, and that is just a bit longer than 4 times the distance. And this is the size darning needle that I use, and it's just a little bit smaller than my knitting needles. And so to begin, you'll see you have your yarn coming from the back side, the motif side, and there it is. So you would take your darning needle, slip it in knitwise into your first stitch on your palm side and slip that off. Turn your darning needle to the front, slip it into your second stitch purlwise, and then pull that through, just giving that a little tug. And now from the back, slip 2 stitches onto your darning needle, a little bit fiddly, but just give it a wiggle. 2 stitches from the back onto your darning needle as if to purl. Slip those 2 stitches off of your needle, turn your needle, slip it into the next stitch as if to knit, leaving it on the needle, and pull that yarn through. And now those 3 stitches are grafted together, and then we continue the other stitches until we meet the final 3. So the rhythm I like to use is to knit off, turn, purl on, pull that thread off from the back, purl off, knit on, and give that a little purl. Just check occasionally that your thread has gone all the way through. Knit off, purl on, purl off, knit on, 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 knit off, purl on, purl off, and then to knit on the 2 last stitches on the back needle. And now to finish, all we do here is pull both needles away. Just give that little pull. We'll see how that's finished quite nicely. And now to close this, you can see, just see where your yarn is coming out of that stitch there. And what we want to do is, if you put your hand inside your knitting and there your yarn is coming out, and what we want to do is come behind the 2 stitches that we grafted as a set of 3. So there is your yarn and there is your 2 stitches, and we're going to come right behind that, needle inside, just give that a little pull, and then that's finished that off quite nicely. Turn your knitting inside out, just to secure your loose yarn on the inside. And that's 3 stitches grafted on either side, and a nice clean tidy looking Kitchener stitch.